Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel 4, where last episode, after facing Innes of the Stalritter as part of our scene setting, we left her laying and moved forward to face Lianne Sandlot, finding her with helmet on in the guise of the Seven Anguis of Ouroboros earlier in Road the Still Maiden, until Duvali's words softened her demeanour. However, that didn't stop what was to come, as she unleashed her power and Rean responded in kind, prepared to show how resolved we were to prevail in the rivalries as the Third began. Having managed to defeat her 4-on-1 with Roselia watching the battle, the Divine Knight duel began as Valimar and Ordine stood against Argreion to decide who would emerge victorious, and with that battle having just concluded, we now wonder what will become of the loser.
They surpassed Lianne.
So that's the power of 250 years of training.
No kidding. The Steel Maiden, no, Lianne Sandlot is one hell of a fight.
Well done, Ashen and Azure Awakeners. It would seem this is the end.
My lord!
Now, the Ashen Knight will absorb the Argent Knight's power, adding this newfound strength to that which you won from the Palatinate Knight. You now have a significant advantage in the rivalries. But it will not guarantee your victory against the Ebon Knight.
Hold on, you don't mean...
Was this your plan all along? To give us your power so that we'd have a fighting chance against Ishmelga?
No, I assure you, I fought with every ounce of strength I had. You simply proved to be the more powerful, all due to your trust in yourself and your allies. Between the strength Lady Le Guin and now Duvali have shown me, I feel as though I'm seeing the dawn of a new era.
My lord!
I have no regrets. My journey has been long, so very long. It's time for it to end.
Enough of your nonsense, Lianne! No regrets? You complete and utter fool! I will never forgive you if you give up and fade away now! You have yet to apologize for not telling me of the burden you carried all those years! And what of Drykul's soul? Do you not care what becomes of him?
She's right! And what about the war? It might be impossible to stop it now. Even I know that! But you're the Lance Maiden! You helped end the War of the Lions! So please, stay here! If this war gets out of control, we'll need your help to stop it!
The Jaeger King may have been tricked into becoming an Awakener, but you're different. You made this choice yourself.
I should have vanished a long time ago, too. But I'm seeing this through to the end.
My lord, you chose to walk this path on your own. And now, you're trying to go off to Adios on your own, too. Did I not prove to you that I am worthy of walking by your side? If you were to disappear now, then what did I fight for? It's not fair! It's just not fair!
Duvali. Perhaps you're right. I would have been satisfied to die here, surrounded by those who carry on Drykul's will. However, I now realize that somewhere along the way, I forgot how precious life is. You taught me that, Drykuls. I'll live on, if at the very least, to see you once more.
No, all legends must have an end. It's time to lay you to rest.
How could I have...
Its wings!
Excellent work, children. With that, the third rivalry is complete. And the Auric Knight has grown in power.
Damn you!
What's going on? My lord! Everyone!
You're here.
Rufus Alberea, how could you? Do you even understand what you've done?
It seemed as though no one was interested in these wings, and I didn't want them to go to waste, so I took them for myself. The whole point of the rivalries is to take from one another. Didn't anyone tell you not to let your guard down on a battlefield? Besides, the great war of this era is about to begin. Old legends from bygone days have no place here.
No!
You make me sick. How could you?
Your time is swiftly running out. Soon the Omen will appear, and Operation Jormungand will begin tomorrow. All the preparations for the war have been finished. Supreme Commander Van Dyke will see to the rest. I will be waiting for you alongside His Excellency at the final stage. I look forward to finishing our little talk there.
The final stage. What does that mean?
To think my end would come like this.
My lord! No! That wound!
Just like what happened to me.
Lianne, just wait!
It's all right, Rose. My time is already long over.
No! Please, my lord! Please don't go! This isn't how it was supposed to be. You said you'd live!
Sometimes parents must lie to their children. Forgive me, Duvali, Ines, Anea. Though I never had children of my own, you were all daughters to me. My lord.
Lady Lianne!
I am truly sorry for all the worry I caused you, Rose. But I am so grateful to have known you, my dearest friend. Thank you for watching over us, kind-hearted witch.
You fool! I am the one who should be thanking you.
Lady Arsaid, I can think of no one better than you to have inherited the name Sandlot. I am truly happy to have met you. Please, give my farewells to Lord Arsaid and Lady Le Guin as well.
I promise I will.
Lianne, I'm so sorry.
I remember seeing you when you were yet very small. Perhaps it was just my own foolish musings, but I found myself thinking that if I had a son, I would want him to be like you. You are the only person who can defeat Ishmelka now. Please, take what little strength I have left. My long journey is finally at its end. Tricles, may we meet again, if the goddess wills it.
Are we back?
It's already morning.
My lord.
Duvali.
Don't weep. She lived with courage to the end.
Just like the boss. She left this world with no regrets.
Yeah, she was able to pass her will on to us.
You are correct. She was able to impart a small amount of herself to the Ashen Knight and his blade.
Right at the end, they absorbed the final fragments of the Argent Knight's power. He looks the same as before, but something feels different about him.
So this is the parting gift the Steel Maiden has granted us.
Was that?
Valimar, you can talk again?
Indeed. I'm glad to be able to speak freely once more. Thanks to Argreion and Aryan Road, I was finally able to break free from the curse's hold on me. And I'm not the only one.
Yeah, she really was something else.
I can't believe it!
Milliam? Is this really?
Milliam, what in the world is going on?
It's okay, Allie.
Heck if I know! It was probably thanks to the Steel Maiden's power. Guess it set me free or something. This is just some kind of astral projection, though, so it's not my real body.
Even so, you show up again acting like nothing happened?
Man, that's one hell of a parting gift.
Thank you, Steel Maiden.
What a truly wonderful gift.
To the very end, you were an unabashed show-off. Farewell, my friend.
Aw, man. Did we miss the main event?
You! The fool. I was wondering when you'd show up.
Oh, don't be like that. I'm not here to pick a fight. I simply came to say my farewells to a longtime friend. And looks like I'm not the only one.
Vita! Ren, Joshua! Blue Blanc too. You were all watching, weren't you?
Indeed. This was one of the reasons we agreed to help with the performance.
I used my spells to keep an eye on you. I'm glad we were able to catch up. So she's really gone then.
The two of us had tea together all the time. And her and Louvet's sparring sessions were always a sight to behold. I'm going to miss her.
Even when I had completely closed my heart off to the world, she still tried to reach out to me. Things won't be the same without her.
Thank you for your kind words.
She truly touched a great many lives.
Ouroboros lost quite a valuable pawn today. It's a shame it was necessary for the rivalries. Oh well, I'm sure the Grandmaster won't mind all that much.
Wait, are you?
You've got some balls just showing up here by yourself.
Hold on, Ash. Now's not the time. You said you weren't here to fight, right, Campanella?
Right. It might be hard to believe, but I'm grieving too. To be honest though, even I find it a little strange I can feel this way. Life's just full of surprises.
Campanella.
Just when I think I've got you figured out. Well, since you're here, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. What is this omen the Governor General mentioned? And what did he mean by the final stage?
Now that you mention it...
I do remember him saying that. And I'm guessing it has something to do with why McBurn and the Ogre Girl aren't here.
Yeah, something's off. That freak wouldn't miss the chance to see a battle like this.
And McBurn and Argreion Road were among Ouroboros' longest members. You'd think he'd be here too.
He's conspicuous in his absence. I realize he just left the tower, but still, he should have been able to make it here.
I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. You'll find out the reason why soon enough.
Huh? Hey!
Everyone, look!
What was that? Something flashed in the sky. Huh?
Instructor! Rean, what's the matter?
I'm fine. But this presence, it's...
Yeah, I feel it too. Something big just showed up.
That light. There's only one place it could have come from.
Yes, there's no doubt about it.
Is everyone okay down there?
The Courageous too! Olivier, is that you?
Sorry, there's no time to explain. Please come aboard quickly. Estelle, Lloyd, and the others are with me too.
Something strange is happening all over the Empire. It started in the skies over the Osgiliath Basin.
Moments ago.
Man, it kinda sucks I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to the Steel Maiden. But I guess coming here was the right choice, huh?
Yep. The party's just getting started.
What is that?
Dear.
A white spire. It seems familiar.
What? What in the goddess's name?
Irina, do you know anything about this?
Even I have no idea what's going on now. However, I see. It's not a railway cannon or even an airship. So this is what they...
Whoa. So that's it.
So this is what the fool mentioned. Their ultimate trump card.
So that's it. Just like the thing that destroyed Northumbria.
No way!
Told. Damn it! What the hell are they doing?
What is that thing?
It's so huge!
Citizens of Heimdall, please remain calm. What you see before you is not here to cause you harm. In fact, it is here to open the door to our future! Allow me to introduce our ultimate weapon in the war against Calvard. Behold the key to Erebonia's absolute and lasting victory, the Empyreal Fortress!
Empyreal Fortress? So it's on our side? Great!
There's no way we'll lose to Calvard now! No. With that thing, we could take on the entire continent!
Long live the Empire of Erebonia!
The future belongs to us!
At last. The Empyreal Fortress, built by us gnomes 1,200 years ago. The Tuatha De Danann. That shall be the stage for the final rivalry.
Ha ha! Excellent.
The Empyreal Fortress. With that on our side, the Republic doesn't stand a chance.
So that's what you'll use to swallow everything up. Until nothing remains. Yes, it will herald the end of the world. Supreme Commander of the Imperial Army, General Van Dyke. It is time we wake the World Serpent. On behalf of His Majesty, I now issue the final order to begin Operation Jormungand. We declare war at 1200 hours tomorrow. The Republic's destruction will soon follow.
Now that's rude. Don't give people like weird like flashbacks of the end of 3 with that noise. Don't do that. That's rude. Just don't go boom. After all that reveal, don't do that. So Act 3, Seekers of the Dawn, comes to an end. It's just that boom. That was a real shocking break for me. So yeah, do you think any of the... I mouthed it at the time. But do you think any of the citizens, when that thing appeared above Heimdall, did look up and go, Franz, are we the baddies? Because it was that moment. Oh, look at the iconography. It looks spiffy. Are we the baddies, Franz? Oh, God. I wonder if Franz was there. So, I'm also very glad that the scenes around Lianne Sandlot were fully voiced up until that bit, because I could not speak at all. So ends Act 3. The final rivalry stands before us. Calvard and the rest of the world don't stand a chance. Even with their combined forces, I think that's very clear now. Those assault pails, because of course they were brought back, all the way back from, what is it? Way back in Sky the Third, I think was their first entry, as a terrifying threat that turns everything to salt. Anything that's touched by it just turns to salt and dies. There are 5 of them. All across Erebonia, able to spread out, even act as a defense and an offense. I don't know if they've got control about it. One was used to kill Weissman after all. A tiny little fragment of it kills a person, no problem. No matter their strength, no matter their power, you're just dead. So they're everywhere. And then we got the Tuatha De Danann, whatever that was, where the final rivalry takes place. And everyone's got fantastically spiffy, evil new uniforms up top. Because if you're going to do an end-of-the-world threat, you'll want matching uniforms. That's for sure. So now, the war is about to happen. We've got to stop things within like a 1-day time frame. How long will this 1 day last? Another 24 hours? What's next? Act 3's over. We've concluded the third rivalry, sure. What is next?
You've certainly outdone yourself.
Also, Rufus, I hate you. But man, did that last line that Lianne said, wasn't it one of the most death flaggiest lines I have ever heard? You just see me like read the line like, oh, this is going too nicely. Yeah, this is going. Yeah, okay, this is. And then like the world's most death flaggiest line. How many flags can we have in one sentence? And then within a split second, bang, she was gone. What's next? It's too much to kind of summarize, wasn't there? She was whiffing that flag around. We sent a chrome blue harmonica to Major Claire? I did? Okay. I forgot about that. I was not back on the ship. I completely forgot about the chrome blue harmonica. Hi, I hear you're up in the sky of the Tuatha De Danann. I'm just going to send mail to Major Claire. Why? Well, I better send one of my enemies a chrome blue harmonica. Sure. I forgot all about that. Maybe Zio took it. Maybe Zio took it. Well, after all the bonkers, let's enjoy some more bonkers. Half a day passed in the blink of an eye. Yeah, there's not really much you could do straight away to deal with any of that. 5 towering spires had appeared throughout Erebonia, as well as a massive floating stronghold. At first, the people fell into a panic, but announcements from the Imperial government eventually calmed their unrest. And so, though some did so with exhausted resignation, and others with an eerie sort of excitement, all turned to face tomorrow's coming war. Those on the Courageous 2 quickly sent out emergency messages to all their allies. Together, they worked tirelessly, attempting to make sense of the situation as much as possible. As a result, they concluded that the ancient floating fortress had appeared as part of the final stage of the Empire's curse. Its powerful energies would further twist and warp the people's minds in order to drive them to endless war and bloodshed. In addition, the true nature of the numerous white spires was instantly clear to those with ties to the church. They were nearly identical to the Salt Pale, the product of a singularity and the cause of the Northumbrian disaster 28 years ago. It was hypothesized they were created from residual matter of the original Salt Pale that had remained underground. Wow. Like, biological weaponry? Super evil and banned. No problem with making multiple of them. However, like the original Salt Pale, these new ones did not convert their surroundings to salt. Rather they appear to be spiritually linked to the floating fortress. Well, that's a blessing. A multi-layered barrier was also observed surrounding the fortress, with initial analysis revealing it to be completely impenetrable. Thank God it's not the original Salt Pale. Operation Jormungand showed no signs of slowing, but the resistance represented by Mil Mirage was also gathering momentum. Calvard, Liberl, and Remiferian mustered their forces, along with support from the Viceland army. The time for the continent's two great powers to clash drew nearer and nearer, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Oliver, Rean, and the rest of the Radiant Wings would not stand idly by and watch fate unfold, however. As they were trying to decide their best course of action, they received an unexpected message from an old friend. It was George. He had called to fill them in on what was happening. The massive object that had appeared over the Osgiliath Basin was an ancient superweapon of the gnomes, the Tuatha De Danann, otherwise known as the Empyreal Fortress. It was an airborne structure from before the Great Collapse that had been hidden away in a space-time distortion caused by the Great One's birth. For the past millennium, the gnomes had been carrying out large-scale renovations on the fortress. It had been converted to connect to the Pales and interface with the curse through them, turning into the ideal stage for the rivalry of the Seven. It was there they intended to hold the final rivalry once the Great Twilight had reached its climax. All for the sake of reforging the Great One. However, though it was faint, a single spark of hope yet remained. The members of the Radiant Wings gathered together, joined by key personnel from Mil Mirage. And together, they began devising an all-or-nothing plan to combat the dire situation before them. And so it was that on the eve of the clash between Jormungand and Mil Mirage, a third operation was born. Their course of action decided, all those involved gathered together at a certain location in Crossbell. The eve of the war. It's time for our last bit of R&R then. Seeming that if we fail, we die, right?
I think it turned out very well. Thanks for your help, everyone.
It's not half bad if I do say so myself. Good work.
We should be thanking you guys. You're the ones who did the heavy lifting.
I still find it pretty hard to believe you were able to make a barrier over all of Michelin.
It's something that could only be accomplished through combining the witch's spells, our stigmas, and the Merkaba.
Not to mention the raw power of 2 divine knights.
And then we were able to convert the Pantagruel's orbal energy into mana to sustain the barrier.
Ha ha ha! Such beautiful teamwork! If we can do something like this, the sky's the limit!
We ain't exactly here for a team-building exercise, you know.
In any event, the barrier should hold. At least for tonight.
It'll be able to absorb a few hits from any railway cannon shots that come our way. Not that we'll need to worry much about them, given they'll be busy with the war for the time being.
I'm sure as far as the Chancellor is concerned, we're simply some minor rabble beneath his notice.
He probably sees us as nothing more than the opening act to the Great Twilight.
Opening act nothing. Doesn't he know we're the main event?
Oh, hey there, everyone.
Good to see you guys.
How are your rooms? Did you drop off all your things already?
Yeah. Honestly, I was blown away by how ritzy this place is.
I can't believe we have it all to ourselves.
Right? Even locals like us don't get many chances to stay here.
The last time was when Maribel invited us after the trade conference.
Oh man. That seems like it was 100 years ago.
Thinking back, it's kind of a bittersweet memory.
We still had a lot of fun, though!
Looking around, we've got quite the crowd here now.
Yeah, and a lot of us are from Thor's, too.
We might as well live it up, then. This is our last night before everything goes down, after all.
You're right. Tomorrow's when everything will be decided.
Our future rests on the success of Operation Shining Steel.
Though honestly, it's still a pretty dicey plan.
A few hours ago.
So, this is Operation Shining Steel, then?
After reviewing the whole plan like this, it seems more reckless than it does bold.
We may not have much margin for error, but I think this could actually work.
So basically, we're gonna get a bunch of teams to raid all the salt pails at once, put them out of commission, and then have the Courageous 2 charge into the fortress while its barrier is down. That about sum it up?
Yes, but there's little chance that things will go so smoothly. I'm sure we'll have a number of unforeseen circumstances to deal with. Our top priority, however, is making sure the Divine Knights and Class 7 get to the target.
That's right. So even if something goes awry and the Courageous 2 is unable to land, we can continue with the plan. As long as Rean and the others can successfully board the fortress in time, we still have a chance.
Our foes will try to end the rivalry of the Seven as the Great Twilight reaches its climax. If we manage to seize control of the rivalries before then, however, we may be able to prevent them from achieving their goals.
At this point, they think they've already won. It's likely they'll welcome Instructor Rean since they need him to finish the rivalries. And that will be our chance.
That's all fine and good, but what about the salt pails? One glance and you could tell they're bad news. They're giving off one hell of an ominous vibe.
Yes. They seem to be pulsing with energy from the lower planes. And this same energy is what's letting them act as singularities, making them nearly impregnable.
Further, given the devils that have been appearing all over lately, I get the feeling we may find even worse things protecting each of the pails.
Yes. It's something we'll need to be prepared for.
Well, if we know what we gotta do, then all that's left is to go do it.
That's right. It's our turn now.
You can leave one of the salt pails to the Liberal team. We just gotta decide on which of us is going.
The same for us in the SSS. As members of the Radiant Wings, Let us help clear a path for you and the others.
Estelle, Lloyd, everyone.
Aw, you guys.
Guess we should have seen this coming, huh?
You can count on us, too.
Duvali.
Are you sure?
Yes. Since my lord's passing, I've managed to clear my mind a bit.
The time has come for the Stahlritter to unite once more, to see our Lord's will done.
Our Lord saw fit to grant you her power. It's our duty to carry her torch to light your way.
All of you.
Don't forget to save some seats for us, huh? We'll be teaming up with those Stahlritter gals, if that's okay.
The boss would have wanted as much from us.
Zeno, Leo.
Sheesh. This is one hell of a lineup.
In that case, you can add Sharon and me to the list of volunteers.
As maid of the Reinford family, I would be honored if you would allow me to fulfill this particular role.
Angie! You too, Sharon?
Lady Angelica and I have also suffered at the hands of our foes. After careful discussion, we have decided it would only be appropriate to return the favor.
From what I hear, Lieutenant Colonel Mueller will be returning to the Courageous 2 tomorrow. I figured I'd leave the steering up to the expert, so I can get back to kicking some ass.
Sharon, Angelica. Then you can count me in too.
Can't let you do that, Toa. We need you here. You've got both the Courageous 2 and the entire operation to look after.
Angelica's right. I'd very much prefer you to remain at your post.
I'll be on the bridge as well. But even then, I suspect we'll have our hands full manning the air defenses.
Understood. There's no need for concern, Toa. We're all in this together. Every one of us has their own part to play. Thank you, both of you. But still, we can't just send them out by themselves.
Then I guess you'll just have to let me join them.
Huh, so that's why you two were acting weird.
I'm sure you must think I have no right to come back like this. I can't possibly make up for everything I've done. But I'm going to help anyway. Because I'd rather not get the same failing marks Franz did.
George.
So that makes 3. Not as many as I'd like, but...
Then allow me to lend you a hand.
Grandmother.
I fulfilled my duty as a witch, and Lianne has passed. Now that I have played my part, I may as well bloom one final time for you young folk. Were we to add my strength to that of the Ragnar girl, a former gnome, and the Reinford maid, would that be sufficient?
That'd be more than enough. But if it's possible, I'd prefer to have the curvier version of you come with us.
Angie, I don't think now's really the time.
It would be our pleasure to have you accompany us, Lady Roselia.
For crying out loud.
We now have 4 groups. Our forces have expanded considerably.
But what about the last pail?
You can leave that one to me.
Principal Le Guin!
Aren't you supposed to be focusing on all that meal mirage stuff?
Certainly. But the plan has always been to leave the first day of the operation in Wallace's hands. I'll be taking over tomorrow, once the war begins in earnest.
Lieutenant General Bright anticipates that both sides will spend the first day scouting, with perhaps a few light skirmishes at best. Presumably, General Van Dyke will mobilize the Imperial Army with a similar mindset.
All bets are off once that second day hits, however. Odds are, all 8 battlefronts will erupt into all-out carnage at about the same time.
The Imperial Army will likely be forced to a halt in both Liberal and Remiferia. You can expect they'll deploy their strongest armored divisions, the 3rd and 4th included, at that time.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
And the reason you're helping us out is so things don't get to that point, right?
Perhaps. It should be a suitable warm-up for the decisive battle to come at least. Though, of course, I won't be going it alone. It's as the General says. We too will be assisting you. For the first day, anyway.
This will be my final duty as head of the Arcade School. I shall prove us worthy in succeeding the Sandlot name.
Don't know if I measure up to these three, but this is as good a chance as any to make up for all the time I lost.
Father! Toval!
I had a feeling Vita would show up to help. Can't pass up a chance to hog the spotlight, huh, Vita?
Show him what you can do, Zero Artisan.
Thank you. We couldn't be more lucky to have the four of you with us. That goes for the rest of you, too. Estelle, Lloyd, Duvali, Angelica, Sharon, each and every one of you.
Indeed. And with that, I hereby declare Operation Shining Steel officially underway. We fly tomorrow at noon, as Mille Mirage and the World Serpent begin their clash.
We'll be rendezvousing with the rest of our allies in Michelin later today. This may be the last time we're all together, so we're planning to have a small celebration of sorts. We were hoping all of you could join us.
It would seem everything is coming along quite nicely. Yeah, this is the last place I'd expect to spend the night before a war. I still can't believe your dad booked the whole hotel out for us, and on a discount too. Well, they weren't going to have any customers otherwise. It was kind of a win-win situation, really. I see. In other words, Mishi has no choice but to entertain me for as long as I crave. Okay, Teotsard, have some pity on the poor chump inside him, will ya? I just wish Noel, Rishi, and Shizuku could have made it too. Yeah, but at least we can look forward to seeing them after this is all over. Besides, Yona, Sully, and Cecile should be arriving any moment now. Oh, and it may please you to know, my father's operation was a success! Yeah! So I've heard. They say he's already started to come around too. Really? Already? Wow, that's great news! His Majesty has been on all of our minds. That he has. It should help bring some hope back to the people. What a wonderful relief, right, Olivier? Quite so. I'll never be able to thank Dr. Sayland enough.
Sorry we're late.
Mula! I had no idea Father and Tova would be coming. It's good to see you again, Duvali. What happened to Lady Knights 2 and 3? They're running a bit late. The same applies to the two from Zephyr. Oh, okay. Patrick, you came all this way too. Indeed. I shall be supporting Operation Shining Steel from the field. I plan to visit His Majesty on behalf of my father as well, should time permit. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. We should request an audience with the Emperor ourselves, no? Probably, but it might be kind of tough to. That aside, we have yet a few more arrivals to introduce, one that proves a tad more troubling to arrange. Come on, you guys, no need to be shy.
Pardon us.
It's good to see you all again.
Dad? What are you doing here? George, so you came too? Like I said on Cool, I still don't know if I really deserve to be here. But once the operation starts tomorrow, I won't be moving out with anyone here, other than Angie. I get how selfish it might sound, but I just wanted to see you all. One last time. Oh, George, you big dumb lug. Yeah, what a soppy idiot. But he's our soppy idiot. George. What a soft-hearted disciple I found myself. Jeez, you guys are just as melodramatic as Class VII is. Wow, I'm surprised you managed to make it here, Mr. Bright. It's more than surprising. It's practically unbelievable. Does that mean you're all done preparing for Mil Mirage, then? That's right. I like to say all is well, but that may be a bit preemptive. All in all, I put our chances at 60% against us. Though with General Van Dyke as our opponent, even that level of optimism may be misplaced. I see. We believe in you, Father. Yes, we're very grateful for what you've been doing. Well, my work as commander of tomorrow's operations has ceased for tonight. I thought perhaps I'd come and visit, to wish you every success in Operation Shining Steel, to see where I might lend you our aid. And to attend to one other particular matter as well. Ah, how serendipitous it is that our promised imbibement should arrive so soon. We do have a few guests we're still waiting on, but what say we all head to our venue for now? Sure thing. Grandfather finished preparing the ghost house for us, or guest house for us earlier. The ghost house too. Speaking McDowell did all that just for us. That's very kind of him. I'll have to take the opportunity to thank him in person. Well, what are we waiting for? Let the celebration begin. And thus in the guest house of Michelin's Villa grounds did the send-off party for Mil Mirage commence. Class 7's new and old sat among their fellow instructors, alumni and classmates, Liberty Embracers, the Special Sports Section, members of the Septian Church and Hexen Clan alike, and even those visiting from Calvin and River Ferry had all come as one to join in the festivities. Together they mingled, if only for tonight, enjoying food and conversation in the warm comforts of camaraderie. Laughs were exchanged on the eve of war, as they each shared in their hopes of what the morning would bring. And then... they're fishing. I've got to check them out first. See if things progress. And to pad out our numbers more, we've got all the students too. I have a feeling, even though it's only Michelin, this sweep is a big sweep. Also, we got Floaty Millium. Can I ride the rides? Because I think I owe Altina a ride on the Ferris wheel, don't I? At least we've got the night aesthetic to go by, right? That's when you want to be at a theme park like that. That's the time. But if this is the segment that I think it is, then do we have to talk to everyone first or not? Because you never know when you might accidentally skip forward, right? Memories of Cold Steel 1. Seems everyone's still got plenty of party left in them. We're still young after all, plus we got the whole park to ourselves too. That reminds me, why don't you give us a performance, Elliot? Yeah, I've still got goosebumps from last time I heard that violin of yours. Really? I mean, I'd love to, but where would I even play? Hey, wait a minute, where did Eustace run off to? I believe he went to go find Milliam earlier. That does sound like something he might do. This is their last night together after all. Yeah. That's like George and Jellica again in some time alone themselves. That said, don't you guys have any special someones of your own you should be spending the evening with? Quality guide time is great and all, but tonight could be the night, you know? Let's have guide time. Okay, we all see what you're getting at. They do have a point though. Yeah, and now he's got me thinking. I know a certain guy who's got more to think on than all of us combined. Indeed, rather irritating when you put it that way. I still don't understand. I got pushed up against the wall and kissed, but I still don't understand. Why are you all looking at me? Congrats, Lloyd. You're not the most clueless guy in the room for once. I'm nowhere near as bad as him. At least I have some self-awareness. I'd say you're about the same, but Rean does have quite a few more options. But that's easy for you to say, lover boy. In any case, it's just you said. This may very well be our final night. You especially will have more than a few things to make clear tonight. I bet you've had a ton of girls confess their love to you as it is already. You won't want to wake up tomorrow with any regrets. Indeed, you should let a certain individual know how you feel, no matter where those feelings may lie. Patrick? No? Oh, okay, no, I get you, because Patrick cares. Yes. You're right. I know what I have to do. You'll have to give you your answer sooner or later. He's right. Tonight will be the best chance you'll get. Anyway, let's go enjoy whatever evening we got left. Should be plenty for us to do between the beach and the park. We're also keeping the stores here in the center open for us too. There's still a load of fun to be had, with or without that special girl. Oh, before I forget, my father has something he wanted to tell you, Rean. You should go and see him when you get the chance. Yeah, sure thing. Anyway, you guys have a good time out there. We will. See you later.